You're probably slapping mosquitoes while you're burning the fire. Waviest, nastiest, gnarliest grain oak you can imagine. About at a wrap. And that's a wrap. Hey everybody. Just kind of want to introduce myself and what it is that I've got going on here. I know there's many Firewood channels out there, and I've probably watched all of them, subscribed to all of them in the past year or so that I've been doing Firewood. But there's a little twist to my situation. I'm in Florida on the Gulf Coast. We do not have people really heating their houses for winter. We might get a night or two in the 30s. A cold night for us is in the 50s. And believe it or not, quite a bit of firewood is sold down here. You know what? Let me get this camera just kind of situated somewhere. Happy Halloween. Let me figure this out. Okay, I'm back. So, where did I leave off? We do sell quite a bit of firewood down here in Florida. If you know anything about our grocery stores down here, we have the greatest grocery store in the world, Public Supermarkets. Go Pub Sub. But anyway, yeah, so every winter they get pallets and pallets, and they go through it. And I noticed that the amount of wood that they go through, shows me that it could be a market down here for somebody smaller. So 3 years ago we had Hurricane Ian down here, got destroyed. Our neighborhood got 6.5 feet in. It was devastation. But that being said, there was a lot of trees down, a lot of old oak trees. And what we have down here is live oak. Some of the stringiest, not stringy, waviest, nastiest, gnarliest grain oak you can imagine. Let me just show you a piece. This is your typical live oak. Burns great. Cook wood on it perfectly. That being said, there's a lot of it down. So just in our neighborhood alone, I cut and stacked. I didn't split it yet, but I cut it, and maybe I'll put a picture in here, but right about here, it was maybe a half cord, and at that time, I really didn't even know what a half cord was. So, had it sitting there in rounds, and again, that was 3 years ago. After I split it, or after I cut it, I was watching these videos and seeing the process of what people do, and Chris in the Woodyard, Joe, I love all those guys, big channels, big processors. I would never. There's no need for that down here. Just learning everything there is that I feel I need to learn about firewood for my area. What sells, what burns, what trees we have, what's readily available, what dries quick, which live oak, it's an oak. I can actually, this is dry now. I cut this, I split this. These were all full. I've been selling out of there, but I got this dry in 10 months. I split kind of small. That one I showed you, I think, was actually one of the bigger splits I do. I'm a big believer in splitting small and drying quicker, of course. But anyway, I don't even know how I got off on what I was saying. I was learning about my area, what I can do, whatever. So anyway, I had half a cord of rounds right here, oak rounds. If I do show the picture, you'll see an old Airstream trailer got destroyed. These are Australian pines back here, very heavy. It's not a pine. It's called Australian pine. It's actually great smoking wood, and I do have some massive trees right here. One fell on top of that Airstream, crushed it. It got destroyed. It wasn't mine, but it was a friend of mine. And anyway, so he moved that. All of a sudden, I had more area here. Watching the videos, always hearing, cut it, split it, it will sell. No matter how much you have. If you think you have too much, it will sell. Split more because it will sell. So what I did this time last year, I'll show you my splitter, but I was going to rent a splitter. Home Depot was like 300 something bucks a day. I was like, yeah, I'll rent it. I'll split. I went and bought a county line, 32 ton. I'll show it to you. I'm sure you'll see it splitting. Anyway, I got a split. I put it on Marketplace. I had a face cord, 8 foot, 4 foot, 16 inch. I do everything 16 inch. I had a face cord, and I had enough for, I think it was, I probably had a cord, more than half a cord, because I had like 30 bundles. Put it on Marketplace, and this was end of November last year. Right now is the middle of October. It sold in 2 days. Everything I had. That oak went to a guy. He's got a hunting lease. He wanted some oak up there. The bundles, I sold it. It all went. I was like, wow, okay. Split it. They will come. It will sell. It did. I bought the splitter. I was like, okay. I bought the splitter knowing that I was going to do more, not knowing how much I would do. And this is not a lot, For me, it was okay. It's okay, for this area. Nobody heats with wood. Nobody buys full cords. I might have people asking for a face cord. And down here, unless they're from up north, a certain area that knows face cords, or they call it a rick or whatever, a lot of people don't know. That's another thing. The Marketplace sales down here, what you see people trying to sell, they'll sell like a little hump of wood, stacked, but a hump. It's maybe 5 feet by 2.5 feet, rounded, maybe 20 cubic feet in there, and they'll say face cord of wood for sale. I'm like, whatever. If people know, people know. If they don't, they don't. If they buy from me, I try to inform. I try to teach them, hey, this is what you really should be looking for. One, dry wood, unless you plan on buying it and just holding it for a certain amount of time. Buy dry wood. Buy the quantity that you think you're buying, that you think that they're selling. If they say a face cord, do you know what a face cord is, or are you hoping to get a face cord? If you're looking to buy wood and somebody has something funny looking that says face cord, if you don't know and that's what you think, if you give them the money and they give you what you want, deal's done, right? That's what it is. But anyway, I digress. So after I sold all that wood, I was like, okay, I'm going to put more effort into this. I drove around looking for trees, I did buy some. I bought a pallet of split oak. It was a face cord. It was actually more than a face cord because it was 22-inch long pieces, and I cut them down to 16. I resplit everything. I actually got more than what, not more than I needed, but more than what I thought it was. And all those chunks, as you'll learn, I don't waste anything. I do something with them. Excuse me. But I found pine logs. Down here we have oak, we have pine. I'm in Southwest Florida. I'm south of Tampa, 150 miles south of Tampa. You know the saying, pine is fine. Down here, pine is great. I mean, oak, everybody loves oak. It's great for fire and cooking. Great smell, burns long, burns hot. Do people down here need hot? No. As Chris said, from Chris in the Wood Yard, this is all drinking firewood. This is all social firewood. This is all party firewood. Anyway, pine is great down here. We have slash pine. This face cord right here, I cut the rounds maybe 2.5 months ago. I just split it 2 weeks ago. It's basically already dry. If I split one of those splits, the inside might be 21. The outside showing 15. Give it another week or two, it's good. And it's great for what I do, because as you can see, here, I'll show you. Make sure this is still recording. Yeah. So right here is 11 feet. 3 rows. Pardon my mess. 3 rows, about 3.5 feet. This is over a cord, you know, just a little over, because it was 11 feet, but it's not quite 4 feet high. It's almost 4 feet. But this, I don't even know if I'm selling it residential. I might be holding this for my barbecue guys. They're the ones that kept me busy with this during the summer, because not a lot of people down here buy firewood during the summer. But this was all full of oak, and this was all full of oak, you know. So see what I got? Not a lot left. I got a little bit on the other side there. This is actually freshly split from that, so that's not even going to be ready for another year. And I got this right here. This is the oak, the dry oak that I have. And the chunks, which I'll get into it another time. But Australian oak. This right here, don't laugh. This is my, there, that close to the ground. I set it up on the back of the truck. You'll see. You'll see me make a bundle. But I'm actually making a new bundler. So 11 inch. It's 11 inch between there and there, and it's 11 inch up. Almost a foot square. Multiply that by your 16 inch length, and you get a little more than a cubic foot. Of course, you know, space, gaps, all that. But these are bundles, and these are the pine bundles. Pine splits are a little bit smaller, so there's about 17, 18 splits in some of these bundles of pine. The oak, you get an average of 13 to 15. I actually do, the pine is a great burning wood, burns quick, burns fast, so I actually put little kindling, like 3 pieces of pine in every bundle. I just started getting into the bag stuff because I do bags a little smaller, like 8 splits of oak, and I sell it for half. And these are chunks that I do, going back to what I do with the chunks. So yeah, I do make smaller bundles, bags. But the bundles, okay, so here's my pricing. I get $15 for an oak bundle. And if people buy 3, they get 3 for $40. I got somebody coming later and actually getting all the pine, so I got to make some more. And somebody coming getting 3 oak bundles, but the pine is $10 a piece, or 3 for $25. Yeah, I know it's basically just as much work as splitting oak, you know. But my thing is, if I can sell it within a month and a half of splitting it, I will charge less. This sitting around for a year, no. I mean, it will be more than that. And now there are people on Marketplace around here that sell bundles for $10. The size of their bundles, there might be 7 or 8 pieces, and they're selling for $10. Okay, I have that much wood in one of those. There was about 9 pieces in each of those bags. So I've got that, you know, that price for people if they want. But most people love the oversized bundles. The grocery stores down here, the Publix, Home Depot, the big box stores, Lowe's, you know, when they get their firewood in the pallets out front, it's mixed hardwood. It's you know, it's not 100% oak for sure. And they are $8, $9, and there is 8 or 9 pieces. You know, I mean, they're getting $1 a stick. And that's kind of what I'm getting here for my oak. You know, just a bigger bundle. I guess I'm just going through everything, huh? Do I even need to make another video ever? But anyway, I just wanted to introduce myself and let you all know how this guy does firewood down in Florida. I really enjoy it. I love working outdoors. All right, well, sorry about that. Battery died, and then I had somebody stop by and pick up 3 bundles of oak. So that was a good opportunity to show my soon-to-be replaced bundler. Pretty simple design. Stack. Gotta love that sound, huh? baseball bat sound. Again, I get an average of maybe 12 to 14, sometimes 15 if they're smaller splits. Pieces of oak in there. About like that. And then these are put three pieces of pine in each bundle. This is that sapwood, or not sapwood, the heartwood. It's, man, this stuff, you just look at it funny, it'll catch. And then 3 of the outer sap pieces of wood. I put 3 of those in each bundle. It definitely helps get the oak lit. What I do is I don't do that. Do a couple little wraps like that. Set that right there on the top. So the way I made the bundler, basically it's a 5.5 inch piece of whitewood. This is not exterior, so I keep it covered outside. And it's screwed onto a piece of 2x4 that is pressure treated. And then it's got, here, let me show you. It's got a little spinny deal, like a Lazy Susan type thing. Bearings in there. Amazon, you get a package of 2 of them for like $7. But yeah, it's just screwed in between. It's actually screwed to the stump here and to the bottom of the 2x4. The new one I'm making is all going to be out of metal, so these are actually, it's going to be welded on the next one. Occasionally, I mean, actually I've never sprayed this one, but I would probably start shooting some lube or some WD in the bearings there, little balls. See the balls spinning? So this Saturday, I'm making another one. Good size, not bad. Again, look at this, live oak. Look how gnarly and wavy that stuff is. When a lot of people say bundle grade, they like the perfect little square, you know, almost looks like milled wood. It'd be great if our stuff split like that, but no. It's a delight to burn though. So I'm just making up 3 more to get back to 9 bundles sitting in that rack. Because most people do buy 3 for 40. Might as well have the amount in there divisible by 3. I'll use a couple more pieces. Gotta go around the back side here. Another quality South Florida bundle. We're back to 9 bundles. Wasn't really planning on showing my bundling process yet, but there you go. I'll keep making videos and posting videos. That's my little operation down here, Southwest Florida. I don't even have a name for this channel yet, so I guess whatever you see me posted it as, that's what it is. You all have a great Halloween. All right, everybody. Till next time. Keep cutting.